What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Max, and forgive the bar across the screen. This is just a screenshot that I took of the entire page, so nothing important that we're missing there. We'll get onto the meat and potatoes of the new developer updates, where they're changing things drastically once again. First things first, talk about the finishing Mori. This is something that they showed off during the anniversary live stream, where basically, as soon as you down the last survivor, then the Mori animation automatically starts and the game just ends right then and there. So there's no more, get the last survivor and then bring them to the hatch. No more get the last survivor and then wiggle them off just to prove that you actually got them, you know what I mean, and you're being merciful. That's not going to happen anymore. So it's really just going to be the third survivor dies and then you just hands off the keyboard, I guess, and let the fourth guy get the hatch. I personally don't understand why they're changing Moris. I've only played this game for like the past year, so the Moris as they are right now is the only way that I know them. I didn't get to play back in the day when, from what I've heard, you used to just be able to kill indiscriminately if you had a Mori. But I wouldn't know. I wasn't around back then. I think Moris are in a good place. They're fun. The only thing that they really counter is like the hardcore Sabo Squad guys, or, the boil over flip flop guy that runs you into the corner of the map every time you chase him. So I don't know. This kind of feels just like a change just for the sake of change. I think Moris are in a good place where they are right now, and they don't need to be changed, but that's just my opinion. As with all this other stuff, leave me your opinions down below in the comments. I'd be curious what everybody thinks, especially about the rest of these changes. Okay, moving on. We have the new last standing system, and that ties into the next thing as well, but we'll get into that. So when all other survivors are dead, dying, which means they're slugged, hooked, or have escaped, you become the last survivor standing. Both you and your killer's senses are heightened, granting you a wider field of view. That's really, really, really weird and seemingly random for me. Also, it feels like another thing that's changing just for the sake of change, especially because they're giving FOV increase to survivor. That's really weird. Anyway, rescuing a survivor will end the last standing phase, but being downed as the final survivor will trigger the finishing Mori. Yep, we've already talked about how that works. When the last survivor is down, the trial will draw to a climactic end. Both survivors and the killers will be moved to a preset point on the map, free of any obstructions that might get in the way. It's very interesting that that's like a point that they really want to drive home, because like it was an issue, but like why not just I don't know, figure something out with the camera? I'm not a game designer. I don't know. I feel like there might have been a better solution to this. If this is really why we're changing Moris like this. So anyway, last sentence here says, any survivor still left in the trial will be killed by the entity and treated like a sacrifice, okay? So, I think I understand the philosophy that they went here, right? So basically, if you're slugged, if you're still on the hook, and that last survivor goes down, then the finishing Mori animation starts, the game just ends. Completely. So in order to combat, killers wanting to slug to try to just end games immediately like that. Starstruck nurse. So anyway, that brings us back onto our next topic of conversation. I'm just going to say it. Unbreakable is going to be base kit. Yep, you're going to be able to pick yourself up for free whenever, as long as you've been on the ground for 45 seconds. That's kind of insane. It's also going to be affected by recovery speed. Now, we have a handful of perks in the game that already let you do that. So they're getting changed a little bit. Basically, Unbreakable, that's going to give you 100% faster self-recovery speed specifically. So Expo still has its place, I suppose, because Exponential just works on everybody, even if somebody's picking you up. So, and it's in an area. But regardless, I think Unbreakable is going to be very, very popular. Consider this, if the recovery time is 45 seconds, Unbreakable gives you 100%, cut that in half, that's 22.5 seconds. So that's already huge. Stack Exponential on top of it, insane. So Unbreakable is going to be 100% faster self-recovery speed. Soul Guard still gives you endurance if you recover from dying state. That's fine. It's going to lose the ability to pick yourself up if you're hexed. No matter, they're still going to give you the 25% boosted recovery speed, but you're going to be broken forever, so this is going to be kind of dog shit now. And Expo, I believe, is still going to stay 100%. So anyway, they're also changing Rancor and Devour Hope, because no more Moris anymore. So Rancor is basically only going to expose your obsession. No more Mori, just obsession perma exposed. That's a huge hit to Rancor. Devour Hope, once 5 tokens have been earned, any survivor placed on a hook is instantly sacrificed. That's a good change with what they're doing, but I still prefer the way that Devour Hope works right now. It's really satisfying to get, your 5 stacks and then Mori everybody. It's really too bad. I really, really like Devour Hope. It's one of my favorite perks in the game. But at least, I don't know. There's still something to it. At least they didn't take away the 5 stack bonus. That would have been stupid. So anyway, since Moris are basically getting removed, but not really, they're still going to be in the blood webs and stuff. Now they're going to act as blood point bounties, basically. So the yellow ones, if at least 2 survivors are killed and the match ends with a finishing Mori, that's important so you can't kill 2 people and have the last 2 escape. Which is weird, but I get it. You're bringing the Mori. You need the Mori. Anyway, if you do that, you're going to get 8,000 blood points. The green one, same thing, but you need to kill 3 people, and you get 12,000. And then the iridescent, you get 20k if you can manage to 4k. So anyway, this stuff is coming in the PTB that comes out on Tuesday, except it's not going to be coming out in the 6.3.0 patch. So we've got plenty of time for Behavior to really consider what they're doing here. And I don't know. Personally, I don't think slugging's a problem. I actually have 2 perfect examples that I could show you of bad slugging versus, well, in my opinion, good slugging. Personal bias probably, but take a look at the clips real quick. So here's a good example of bad slugging. We're gonna start this clip off. As you can see, Talaran's hooked. I go save him. We're both on death hook. How many times does this demo leave either of us on the floor because he's thirsty for the 4K? Doesn't even know where the last guy is. Talaran's down. He leaves him. He comes to look for me. Doesn't find me. It's gonna happen again with me. Talaran's literally gonna be on the other side of the map. Let's see. Right here. No clue where he is. Demo's just looking for him because he doesn't want to risk somebody getting out from the hatch. This is bad slugging. This is not fun. And this happens 3 or 4 times. This whole situation took us 15 minutes of just literally fucking around. So this is bad slugging. Being super thirsty for the 4K when you don't even know where the last guy is, right? So, eventually I just decided to try to stick the gen, and unfortunately it doesn't work out for me, because there's no way we're going to get out of this. He's not going to hook either of us. So, something has to be done, And unfortunately I got a little too saucy, and I got caught anyway. So he finally gets what he wants. He finally gets the 4K. But, let's take a look at something that's, in my opinion, despite my personal bias, probably, let's take a look at good slugging. So this is from stream the other day. I was playing Artist, and it was against the full-on flashlight boys. So as you saw, we just hooked Meg. Stupid that I'm sending out birds because I have barbecue. And I didn't see anybody on the aura, so I know that they're all close. And I actually see Cheryl on top of the hill. And then when we get over here, we can see Nia hiding behind the rock, right? So I know that 2 of them are accounted for here. They're obviously going to try to save Meg, right? But they both have flashlights. I'm pretty sure Kate has one as well. We do get a lucky tag on the birds with Nia here. But I know that when I hit her, she's going to use the speed boost to run away, so one of her teammates can come for the rescue, and that's exactly what happens here. We got the Kate coming in. They're lucky. I actually couldn't place a bird because I was too close to the hook. She didn't expect it. So she goes down right here, misses the dead hard. That's fine. See Cheryl, because Meg got on hook from Floods of Rage, right? We hit her through the pallet, and then we do manage to catch her going over again, right? So I'm going to break this. I know that Nia's probably lurking for the save because she also has a flashlight. There she is, of course. We've been through this so many times before. She actually hits the dead hard perfect right there. And I know that she's going to use the speed boost to run away. So I try to tag her with a bird so I can go for the snipe afterwards, but I miss. And in that case, I know Meg is probably going to come behind me for the res, and that's exactly what she does. So she goes down as well. And then I try to get the cheeky bird snipe on Nia just for the end down. But it doesn't work, and I miss, right? So what I decided to do is actually start hooking people and said, whatever, if she comes back, she comes back. It's fine. So we actually managed to take Kate out of the game because she's dead on hook. And now what I do here is I fake pick up on Meg because I expect Nia to be around with her flashlight. Maybe check behind here on Cheryl. No, okay, so nothing. We're gonna pick Cheryl up. We're gonna go for the hook on her. And what do we fucking see? We see Nia sneaking up, trying to get the res. Doesn't work because Meg was crawling. And then we just chase her down. It's that simple, right? So, here's the thing. Should I just not have slugged? I fuck around, and I really want the bird snipe, and I just don't get it. But we do catch her in the end, right? But should they not be punished for being so greedy for their flashlight saves? Right? When the patch comes up, are they just going to get up for free in this case? Because they're probably going to run Unbreakable. I don't know. This is my biggest concern, is that flashlight squads are going to abuse this. Just by the... Dude, if it's in exponential, if it stacks the way that I think it's going to, 11.25 seconds, is that what we said? That's insane. That's plenty of time. Either risk getting flashed or risk people getting up by themselves, I guess. I don't know. That's my biggest concern with the slugging changes. I do think it is going to feel much, much nicer for survivors, though, because, like, that demo that we looked at, literally dumb. Like, that's so unfun. So, even in this case, as soon as I downed Nia, the game would have just ended. The other two wouldn't have waited for me to come over and pick them up and hook them. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on the update that's coming out on the PTB. Leave me your thoughts down below. I'm curious. Let me know, like, what role you play, if you play Survivor mostly or Killer mostly, or you play a mix of both. I'm definitely Killer main. I barely play Survivor, but this is definitely going to feel a lot nicer. So I don't think I agree with this. I don't think adding perk after perk after perk into base kit is the step that the game needs to take. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know yours down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.